I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the Republican for which in my hands with puberty and nachos for all. Public.
And now, back to the Big Dumb Fun Show.
For the public, by the public, it's the Big Dumb Fun Show. We are here Monday, 7 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can catch us online at BigDumbFunShow.com. If you're the 1%, you can still listen.
If you're the 1%, you can still listen to the show.
I think that the 1% should listen because if they want to know what's going on,
yeah,
the Big Dumb Fun Show's it.
Absolutely. And, by the way, we have a very titillating advertised package that we could also share with you as well.
Because we're not above corporate sponsorship.
Info at BigDumbFunShow.com if you're interested. So we are in studio, Tyler and Jeff. They're with the Kansas City movement of Occupy Wall Street, which is Occupy KC. You guys are hanging out in front of the Federal Building in KC Mo.
Federal Reserve.
The Federal Reserve Building.
Not the Federal Building.
The Federal Building. Yeah, they tend to not like it when people hang out outside the Federal Building. I've learned.
Let me make it clear
that was back from my U-Haul driving days.
That there's two Federal Reserve banks. We're not the downtown one, but the by Liberty Memorial.
Okay, the one by Liberty Memorial.
The new one that just got built last year or 2 years ago, I think.
And so you guys are protesting there as well.
Absolutely.
The movement, it's not as large as Wall Street, the New York, or the L.A. or the Chicago, but it's probably the, what do we, Market 39? We're probably the 31 largest protest
Radio
that's
market
out there. Yeah, absolutely. Has anybody been arrested yet? What's your rapport with the cops?
Absolutely not. It's been very open, and from the beginning, we contacted them, several different people. Then, we have a few firefighters that have joined, and they made open communication with them. And on site, there's a big art installation. It's an IOU art installation. It's 117 storage container stacks. So there's off-duty officers provided by the city to watch that so people don't climb on it or get hurt. And we've been talking with them constantly, and they understand the same issues, and they're affected by them the same way. And we share with them, food and coffee and
donuts.
Yeah,
say it.
No,
say it.
We say pastry.
Say it. You shared donuts with the cops.
They didn't have
and
holes.
That's why they're your friends.
They didn't have holes in them. They didn't have holes in them, so they're not donuts. But yeah, we've had in there. They've actually expressed that if anyone is there to bother us or harass us, to call them, and their pensions are cut, their benefits are affected.
Everyone's pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's affected.
It's a 99% issue.
In the chat room right now, we got a little back and forth. Muddy Mo said the stock market crash and Obama's embrace of Wall Street has laid bare the fact that we have not democracy through the vote. Occupy KC is an attempt at direct democracy. Of course, our Ross McGinnis in the chat room says, but we live in a republic, and maybe we've got someone on the phone that wants to comment.
You're on the Big Dumb Fun Show.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out to Tyler. This is Gary.
Gary, there's no shout-outs on the Big Dumb Fun Show, only howdy-doos.
Okay. Well, basically to follow up on my point.
Well, hold on. Can you give him a howdy-do first before we continue?
Okay, howdy do.
All right, thank you. All right,
thank you, Gary.
Thanks, Gary. All right, now go ahead.
I'll just follow up on my comment in the chat that the stock market crash and the economic collapse has taken the veil off of our economic and political system to show that we have no democracy. And the Occupy movement, starting on Wall Street, is a response to that. To the reason there's no set goals is the idea is we're trying to hold up a mirror to the society and show them that that there's no need to explain what's happened. Everybody knows we have no democracy anymore. The question is, are we just going to sit around and take it, or are people going to stand up and for their rights and to demand economic justice?
When you're in a classroom, and you got the guy that's the Ward Shack. Just, oh, you're like, okay, what is your answer? What's the answer to the question? You're like, I forgot. That's what I get with a lot of the Occupy Wall Street folks. Is that we're pissed and we're not going to take it anymore. Well, what are you going to do to change it? Well, we're going to really piss people off and block people from coming to work every day. Because honestly, if I'm taking the Brooklyn Bridge to work every day, that's what's going to piss me off. Like, regardless of the movement.
It was on the weekend.
It was okay. Well, it's good that they're occupying everything.
No, I mean they're occupying all the time, but it wasn't during a major,
Yeah. So I mean,
Monday morning.
I guess, and Jeff's actually you got talking points. You got kind of like a plan, and I think that's where and once again, not for or against. I think whatever the movement is, they need to define exactly what they want to do.
Well, for you because you need.
You actually, I didn't know you raised your hand. Tyler raised his hand.
I raised my hand. I just wanted to add in that Occupy Wall Street and the New York movement has come up with what they call the principles of solidarity, or a declaration, and they have actually put out in print what they want and what they would like to expect from corporations and accountability from politicians. So if you go to their website, you can find the principles of solidarity or the declaration of the New York movement.
Good. That's a good first step.
But arguably, it's really early in this thing. This thing isn't going to go away.
3 weeks.
This is not a flash in the pan. In fact, I'm confident that things are going to have to change.
Yeah.
People are not going to go away. But ultimately, definitely, some specific ideas are going to percolate among that consensus.
They're going to come out of it because there's no leader.
Right.
There's not one guy.
And that's part of the beauty, is because then you can't smear a leader, and you can't assassinate a leader, you can't buy a leader.
Yeah.
And the 99% are not buyable. They're disenfranchised, but they're taking over. And so obviously some real changes are going to happen, but it's so early in the process right now. It's a matter of getting people to join together.
Even an answer like that would be nice, like because we were just getting like that. We're pissed and we want change. What type of change? And Grimm from Occupy Wall Street said total systematic change, and we're like, what's the first step? So if you even said hey we're forming an
apparently
opinion,
occupying a park outside of Wall Street because they wanted to occupy the actual street right there at the trade, and that didn't happen. But I think, as people are coming forward, as this movement is gaining momentum, as it's spreading not just across the United States, but really kind of across the world in that Arab Spring manner, that what happens is there is discontent, and this becomes the voice.
Yeah, and Gary, thank you very much for the phone call and the howdy do.
Also, I would just like to add, by occupying, you keep the dialogue open. If you just have a protest, the idea is just there, and then it goes away.
So, is there a politician out there that is the beacon of hope? Like Ron Paul's a very popular guy. Is he the guy that's going to change everything? He's a libertarian. He's a constitutional guy. He wants us to all
it's not going to take a leader.
Thing.
It's not going to take a leader. A lot of people had faith in thinking they were going to elect a leader that was going to change things from the top down. Mm-hmm. What people are realizing in their gut is that we have to change things from the bottom up. Mm-hmm. So once we get things going, people will be in office that will take action, but we can't rely on those people to do it. We have to take charge. That's what this is all about.
It's actually a lot like Gnerk's Last Girlfriend. If you start from the top down and then also from the bottom up, eventually you just get to where you want to be.
And then she took charge and left.
Tyler and Jeff, thank you very much. OccupyKC.com. It's all over the social media, and we'll make sure to tag you up on our Facebook account as well. We need to keep in touch with you guys, if you don't mind, and we'll call you and we'll keep in touch. And you have some events. We will cover those on our website. How about that?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.